cheating goes way deeper than you think in XDefiant and really in any game. But is there light at the end of the tunnel? Hey guys, Nightfall here, and since XDefiant made a tweet a few weeks ago about banning over 12,000 cheaters, that number seemingly hasn't changed since that tweet came out. And I say this because they've reused it time and time again when talking about cheating. But other games have made significant progress in the cheater epidemic as of late. Call of Duty just banned over 65,000 players in Warzone and Modern Warfare 3 in a single wave. They just banned like 5 times more players in one wave than XDefiant has in their full 3 months of being released. And meanwhile, at another corner of Ubisoft, the Rainbow Six Siege team is constantly working on their new cheat detection system called Mousetrap, which detects spoofing devices like Corona Zen, Zims, and others like them. So why can't XDefiant get rid of cheaters at a similar pace or implement other anti-cheat systems alongside the ones that are already there? Well, there's a lot of reasons for that, and let's talk about the most obvious first, the anti-cheat system that they use. Ubisoft is seemingly in love with BattlEye, despite its major shortcomings and issues over the years, and having to make 2 of their own anti-cheat systems to work alongside of it. Whereas games like Call of Duty use Ricochet and Valorant uses Vanguard, both of these anti-cheat systems are well ahead of BattlEye in terms of sheer number of players detected and banned. So why? Why can't XDefiant just use an anti-cheat that works better than what they have? Well, I honestly don't know the answer to that question, but even still, they should be able to somewhat keep up with the competition, if not for one major issue. Single people are getting banned at random due to either things that are reported in the game or tweets that are sent to Mark or Aches on Twitter, and you might be asking yourself, why is that a bad thing? Banning cheaters in real time is good, right? Well, it's not. It's actually detrimental to the game doing it this way. And before you close the video and go off and think I'm a lunatic for saying this, let me explain. The way cheats work is they're made to be undetected to the game itself. So using XDefiant as an example, if someone is caught cheating, it doesn't matter how, even if it's a tweet made to someone or they're banned based on visual gameplay, which I can't even begin to explain just how wrong that is to ban someone on suspicious gameplay and not actually investigate that player further. But I digress. If they get caught cheating and get banned, they don't know that someone tweeted some footage of gameplay and that's what got them banned. They're just thinking the game detected the cheat and banned them using the built-in anti-cheat system. This then sets off a chain of events where that person contacts the people they got the cheat from and either tells them about it or asks for their money back. And what's whatever one person paid for those cheats to a larger cheat maker or cheat making company? It's pennies. But that then tips off those same cheat makers to think something's wrong. Our cheat is supposed to be undetectable, but the anti-cheat bans someone for it. So now we need to update it and fix it. So then they hop in their Discord or Twitter or wherever it is that they commune the rest of the cheaters and tell them, hey, someone just got banned using this. You might want to disable it for the time being until we can get a fix or an update for it so that it doesn't happen. A lot of these cheat makers advertise their cheats as undetectable, and if it's being detected, that's a problem. Now, this alone does a lot of things. This will show commitment and dedication to their community, and then they all speak so highly of them, saying things like, oh my God, they really care about me, that they warned me there was a possible loophole, and just silly statements like this. I don't really know how the mind of these cheaters work. Most of them are just sick narcissists anyway, but then the cheat makers update the cheat and then it becomes undetectable once again, and everyone, if not more people, go back to using it. Now, without any deeper explanation, a lot of people might think that banning single people at random times is fine, and the cheat makers would do that anyway. Well, let's look at an alternate path to the same result. Say they find 500 people cheating or more, but they don't ban them. Instead, they watch, detect, keep finding more and more, and lump them all into one group, and then all of a sudden, they ban everyone instead of banning just a single person throughout the week. Banhammer comes down on 2,000 plus people at once. Those people are going to be pretty pissed off because now their cheats that they paid for and was being advertised as undetectable just got them banned. and they have to start all over. Well, they then go back to the developer of said cheat and either request their money back, which of course most of them won't get, or let them know what's going on. And the ones that want their money back, if they don't get it, they'll either slander the cheat makers openly on other forums and then they lose a lot of business, or they go through their banks and get their money back. And when that happens, the cheat maker gets hit with all of these fees and they lose out on tons of money. And the goal in doing it this way is to cause that cheat maker or cheat making company to go bankrupt or lose enough money where they can no longer create the cheats as quickly or update them anymore. And when you can't create them and update them as quick as the game is being updated, they become obsolete. And that's why banning waves of people instead of a single person is always going to be better. Sure, it might impact the user experience of a few players they face for a little while, but in the end, it achieves so much more. So back to the topic of other anti-cheat systems. Ubisoft won't just ditch BattlEye for a better anti-cheat system. They're probably too far invested in it by now, but they do have their own stuff for other games like Mousetrap for Siege. And I had someone ask me on my live stream the other day if anyone playing console ever feels like they're playing against someone on a mouse and keyboard, even though mouse and keyboard isn't natively supported on consoles yet. And in that same stream, someone else stated that they had no idea that players were using things like macros on PC, which is just a one key push that can be set up to do a bunch of things. And this really showed me how many people are blissfully ignorant to the amount of cheaters that are really out there. When the words cheater or cheats is used, most people apparently think wall hacks or aimbot, and that's just the surface. Those are the blatant ones that most people know about. It's so much more than that. I think more people need to educate themselves on the cheats available on the market, not only for PC, but for console as well, so that they know what to look for and who to report. Not going to give any names here, but someone else in that same stream also admitted they use a Zim and use a mouse and keyboard to play XDefiant on console. And while I don't really care enough because they're going to be bringing native mouse and keyboard support at some point, you might not understand that the game still thinks you're using a controller, so you still get aim assist while using a mouse and keyboard. Let that sink in for a minute. In no world should mouse and keyboard ever have aim assist, especially not one as strong as the one we have in XDefiant right now. And when native mouse and keyboard support finally does come to the game, it's already too late. Everyone who has a Zim isn't going to get rid of it, or if they do and they try to use the native mouse and keyboard support, they're quickly going to realize that they no longer have aim assist and their aim's not as good, and they're just going to plug it right back in. They're out there. You just don't even realize it. All of this to say that XDefiant is doing very little against the cheaters, despite all the big talk they promote and saying things like, we can't say much about what we're doing with the anti-cheat stuff because we don't want to tip off the cheat makers and have them catch on to what we're doing. That's the biggest pile of crap, because if you didn't want them to catch on, you wouldn't be banning single people. You would ban in waves. I just explained that. The anti-cheat team for this game has to be the same number of people who quality test the game's patches and updates, which from what I've seen and shown on my other videos, is probably one single crown-eating 6-year-old with glue stains on their shirt. They won't ever ban all the cheaters, but 12,000 cheaters in 3 months is rookie numbers, especially if you had 11 million peak players. Even if only 10% were cheating, that's 1.1 million people. 12,000 cheaters out of 1.1 million is about 1%. So instead of saying we banned over 12,000 cheaters, what they're actually telling us is they banned 1% of the cheaters in this game. Hope that puts it into some more perspective, and hopefully they'll start banning in waves and cause so many cheaters and cheat making companies agony when this happens. And when that day comes, be sure to celebrate with some Karen tears, a sour grape flavor from Glitch Energy, and when you get some, be sure to use code NIGHT to save 10%, which is a higher percentage than the cheaters they've banned on this game. If you enjoyed the content, hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.